You're alive.
Oh no!
Alive, kids.
I'll go find it.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between. We are getting back into Call of the Hunger, and thank you for bearing with us in our absence. We had cases of COVID, car issues, vacation, and general life shenanigans. But we're back in the saddle, and we're ready to kick it back off with our party having finally made it into the woods, into the woodlands. Recently, you guys had visited a group known as the Buckums in the closest commune towards getting into the woodland state. Ashara! So cute. Ashara just got a new Italian squirrel that she's been super excited about.
Oh, the Italian squirrel!
Yeah, she's been absolutely rambunctious about it.
She's
also we had to tell her that she was done with her pizza earlier today too, because she was eating pizza in here, and she's
Very
just been
exciting.
thinking that it's just all her show Ashara here. So it's okay, baby girl. You'll get your Ashara, you'll get your squirrel back here soon enough. All right.
Aww.
Yeah, she's bummed down.
But anyways, last time we left off, you guys had recently met up with Jajan, a Woolund who looked Canary-esque in appearance. He had bull horns, a big beard, mutton chops, because it's kind of perforated there anyways. And then he had a big old unibrow. And you guys basically picked up that he was harrying you guys in a particular direction. Him and his little battalion or little troop of the Woolund.
I must have entirely missed that description last time, but that is memorable. Okay.
Yeah. And so you guys talk to him, and he's basically like, "What are you guys doing here?" And you guys are like, well, for one, Duke the Woodward, the undead restless from the Buckham Estate, was like, "Just so you know, the Deerman tribe, which are the local Woolund, he's like, they're a little on edge. There's been a lot of weird stuff going on." So you guys are like, "Hey, we're just passing through," and they're like, "Yeah, you're not really welcome here, but if you help us out, you guys can get a hall pass, pretty much." And they mentioned that there was a place of yours, referencing a place of the civilized world that is within the fringe wood of their local, the local woodlands, and that it is loud. It is in need of silencing, or it cries in the night, and you guys heard it wailing. Winds and echoes and whispers and wails throughout the woods as you made your way a little bit further in. Night was setting, and you guys made camp within walking distance of these ruins, according to Jaja. The question stands before you. Do you guys go to bed? Or do you venture forth in pursuit of silencing these ruins as described by Jajan?
I mean,
Check
I
out
feel like Wretch would want to silence them.
Yeah.
If we have to make our way through this forest safely, it makes best sense to attack the problem now.
Seems like the right thing to do.
Okay. So, Jajan basically points you guys in the right direction. Says, you know, we're camped here. Have fun, good luck. And
Wait, when you say there's lots of it cries at night,
you can hear them.
Oh,
right
we
now,
can hear
too.
it?
Yes.
Okay. So we can hear it. What
And
is it? And it just sounds like...
It's like a howling of the wind through the trees.
Okay.
In fact, at this point, if you give me a brief vigilance check.
Everybody?
Sure.
Vigilance?
Everybody get your dice out.
I'm vigilant as hell.
I'm
4
not.
greens. 2 and 3 for me.
1 and 2 advantage.
Hold on, my character sheet got screwy.
No
Uh-oh.
problemo. Por
Oh, yeah, it did.
While we're waiting, I've got Emery with 2 story points, Wretch with nada, and Ilya with 1 story point.
Correct.
Got
What I
3
got.
advantage.
3 advantage. Okay. As you're asking this, DC Pete's, just Emery, Wretch notices a bit of an octarine purple luminescence, dull luminescence coming from the distance that Jajan had gestured. It's pretty sizable. The glow, as far as the radius that it covers from this distance, maybe, I mean, looking through the trees, maybe 40 feet across, but it's just enough to make out in the low light setting of this wood as darkness fully sets in.
That's odd.
Does that seem magical in nature to either of you?
Yes.
What? Huh. That's different.
It's bad glow. Forests don't glow. Except some forests glow.
Some force
Not
glow.
many. Not this one, I think. Doesn't it?
Normally you see
kinda
like
looking.
glowing mushrooms. You know, it's not like this kind of glow. Right?
Yeah. Wrong glow. Wretch is gonna start walking towards the glow pretty confidently, brandishing his bonking stick.
Okay. As you guys move forward, you can see almost like wisps coming from what appears to be a large mound up ahead. And the wisps that trail almost like a sprite before evaporating seem to carry with them the wails and moans of this place. Moving ever forward, you see before you what appears to be the remnants of some larger structure that has long since been grown over, not just by mosses and lichen and bushes, but even full trees have sprouted from the detritus around the stone structure before you. As you get closer, the ground seems to... you notice that there's like... It's almost like you can see a stone front, but it's almost built like a hobbit house in the sense that the soil creeps up to towards the roof of the sides. So this looks to be almost like more of a what's the word? Not a crypt. What do they have in like Ireland and stuff like that?
A cairn or whatever.
Yeah, it's more of a cairn than anything else, as what you can see from here. But there are, even on the top, you can see small further ruins, almost like pillars that had eroded away with time.
Does it, like, how do I put it? Can I look at the etchings or whatever?
You can approach the
Yeah.
place and give it a once over, so to speak, if you would
Yeah.
like. Give me an investigation or a perception check to see what you can discover from looking over the front of this.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to figure out, like, if I know the language or something, you know. Yeah. It looks. But that's just 3 advantage and no success, so.
It's really dark, and you'll have to light a torch or something like that in order to be able to make much detail out. And the winds are blowing at this point, giving you a creepy chill down your spine. One thing that you notice that if there was an entrance on this side, it's sealed in stone. There's no like.
It's what?
It's sealed in stone. There's no like obvious like wooden door or big archway or anything like that. Also, what you would notice is that the front stone is a large cylindrical shape or disc shape, and it's set in a big rut in the ground.
Perhaps we move that aside.
Does anyone else want to give me a perception or investigation check to analyze this front area?
I'll start lighting my torch.
Okay.
Let somebody else look since I.
Okay.
Cunning, no. Agility, no. I'm pretty trash at this. I'll take great interest in what you're not Sharon. Ilya. What Ilya's suggestion, and start looking for a place to break, either like break down a weakened part or move some debris and get through.
Okay, so you're gonna start circumnavigating the site.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
have 2 success, 1 advantage.
As Emery lights the torch, you can see script written on the stone that is what you presume to be parked in front of the entrance. You can see that there is a rectangular shape behind the stone that is impossible really to get to, but you can see, like, if you look behind the stone, you can see actually light coming down in from behind, like, so there's got to be light inside this place. But you see on the stone script, and I'm assuming you speak common. What other languages do you speak?
Me? Or.
Ilya, but you as well.
Speak common and where did I put my languages?
I think it's on the talent sheet. Primordial for you.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. You're able
Oh,
to
you
make
sound better
out...
all of a sudden.
What was that?
You sound better all of a sudden.
Well, thank you. It's just my natural, presentation. You're able to make out what is inscribed on this stone. Here lie the heroes of Dreary Field, is inscribed. Until they are needed once more, rest well, and may Raji save us from Olrun's wrath. 303 AOF, which you would be familiar with, is the year 303, or the turn 303 of the Age of Flagellation. A time long since past.
These ruins just have the 303 error.
Right?
303 error not found.
That explains all the weird noises. Yeah.
You guys hear a moaning in the trees.
Fucking Clippy is wandering around.
No, Clippy, no.
I'm gonna need a perception or investigation check from Wretch as he's bushwhacking.
Well, they're the same, so let's go with perception. Just for thematics, but doesn't matter, same roll. Ooh, 3 and 1. Hell yeah.
Nice.
On 2 die.
So as you round this place, you find yourself making your way up towards the top of the backside, and you quickly see the source of some of these wisps as they appear to be coming out of a great crater going down in to this camp. Now, I can describe more, but I'm assuming that that's what you can see before you get to the ledge, so to speak. Is that this place is, the roof is collapsed, some way, shape, or form.
Okay. I'm gonna call down to Ilya, who is looking for a way in. Hey, there's not a roof on this thing. We can just hop over it. I mean, if you're any good at climbing or something. Also, like, the inside is kind of fucked up. A little bit.
You can hear him shouting from what seems a great distance away as the wind howls through. Are you gonna take a look inside, Wretch?
Yeah.
Okay. Peering over, I'll actually pull you guys. 1 second. Just gotta. You guys on the map? Okay. Shoop doop.
Aw, fall colors. It's pretty.
Ooh,
I do like the leaves.
pretty trees.
So you guys find yourselves standing about there and there, respectively. There's the entrance is right here where you found that kind of. Am I still in the? Oops, I am still. Here's the entrance, which has been barricaded off. And Wretch, looking down inside, you see a huge impact zone in the center of this crater. From left to right, you see basically gash marks of where this crater has, whatever started this crater struck. There's debris everywhere on the inside, but I'm going to need to give you. I'm going to need a perception check or an investigation check for more than just a precursory detail. Inside, you see several pillars and some large stone structures.
Investigation would be 2 and 1.
Okay. From here, you can see that at the center of this kind of impact area, there appears to be, actually, all about the space you see like freckles of geoluminescence, and then about that, since the space is pretty well lit from inside from these whispering traits, you see several sarcophagi. This one here is destroyed, and destroyed.
Are you marking?
Oh, I'm still in the wrong layer. Sorry. This one here is destroyed, along with the one on the bottom and the far right. However, there still seem to be several others that are relatively intact in various degree.
Okay. I mean, I don't know that they had trouble hearing me, but I'm gonna try and yell over to Ilya again. There's like a bunch of dead people holders. I don't know. They're fancy looking. And They're not looking too good.
Just so you are aware, the hole into this place is about this big. The rest of it is covered, like you can walk on it. But there's no way for me to show you both being able to walk on the top and walk on the inside. So that's about how big the hole is, so to speak. Perhaps maybe a little bit more drug out this way.
Okay. Yeah, so it's like the stone top or whatever, and it's like crumbled in. So.
Yeah, and it's been grown over too. So a lot of the surface that Wretch is walking on is soil or like speckled runes.
So does it sound like it wasn't like screaming or howling or whatever you want to call it is like louder here now that we're like right next to it?
This is the epicenter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it seems to be sourceless still. Now that you've gotten this close, like it got louder until you got here, but it's not like.
It's not like I'm putting my ear against the wall and it's like.
Yeah, it's not like there's like the wall itself is howling or something like that. You were able to track that some of it seems to be coming from like the wisps.
The wisps.
Yeah, the errant light wisps.
Can I like look at one of those closer? The wisps themselves. Is there a way to like try to catch a glimmer of it?
Yeah, sure. Give me a perception check.
Perception, huh? There it is. Should just keep those dice out. I feel like there's more of this coming. One success, 2 advantage.
It's really hard to make out much detail on these wisps. They seem to appear, trail, and as your eyes start to track it, it's already disappearing. It seems like streaks of light.
Okay. So are we supposed to like climb in then?
I think that's our best option unless we can move that giant rock. But climbing seems easier.
Wretch is just gonna meander his way towards the hole that he can see, unless there's any reason that that's a terrible idea.
No.
I mean, we're looking for a way in. He sees one. He's going for it.
I don't know what we're dealing with, but it definitely seems supernatural. It has something to do with those dead soldiers way back when. Or an animal landed here.
I need
Let's get to climbing.
Wretch to give me a vigilance check.
Oh, now you're speaking my language.
Or a coordination check.
Boo! Coordination. Boo! Willpower check, baby.
Vigilance? Okay.
Vigilance. I don't have any extra points in it, so it's just 4. That'll be 3 and 4.
3 and 4.
Vigilance
Okay.
as hell.
As you step forward and start walking towards the ledge, you feel a little bit of the surface slowly starts to crumble underneath of you, and you're able to step back before you get to any sort of like volatile ledge, so to speak. You are able to pick your way around and like feel the ground a little bit and make your way to the ledge without falling through entirely. As you approach the ledge, as I described before you, several different sarcophagi. There seems to be a pillar partway down, broken off. This is about 15 feet deep total, just so you're aware. The pillar is probably about 5 foot up from the base, so it's still about a 10-foot drop to the pillar. You also notice one of the sarcophagi that seems to be rather in the middle of where this impact was, in really good condition. It's like sarcophagus sitting in a black smirched area.
Okay. All right. What are the others doing?
Heading up, but I've got like the torch in my hand. I'm kind of trying to follow and get close to where Wretch is, I guess.
Okay, so you're gonna have to work your way around because there's like a crescent shape of the front area that's like a sheer surface. But yeah.
Yeah, I kind of work my way around over to Wretch and kind of precariously try to kind of peer in next to him.
Would you like to give me a vigilance check, or would you like to give me a coordination check as you walk over unstable ground, approaching this
Coordination.
The edge? Nice. Okay.
I mean, that's what I would be focusing on. Not that I'm good at it. Trying not to fall. 3 success.
The ground gives out underneath you anyways. I rolled 3 failures. And despite your gingerness, you plummet down into the cairn. But you may roll coordination again as you fall to see if you take any fall damage.
Yeah, that sounds about right. What's the Stranger Things chick? What did she say? Like,
oh,
it was like I was one of the slowest babies to learn how to walk.
Yeah, I learned how to walk way later than all the other babies.
Yeah, 1 success, 2 advantage.
Okay, you managed to land on your feet, classic Avenger, stance style, without taking any damage.
All right, so I'm just like at the bottom.
Yeah, I imagine you got like the cloven hoof, like side thing.
Yeah. Ugh. Is my torch still lit?
Yeah. You pick it up off the ground, it's still lit.
Okay. Guys, everything seem fine in here? It's fine. There's nothing. It's good. I meant to do that.
Out of curiosity.
Not as sure about that, but all right.
So, out of curiosity, what's going on with your summon at this point? Did you unsummon him, or are you... At this point, you would have 8 strain on you.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna unsummon him.
Okay, so he's still out,
So
but you do have 8 strain on you then.
It's a lot.
Yes,
So
because
you're
you've been
an
going all
exhausted
day
thing.
taking him.
Yeah. That's fine. Yep, I'll be fine. 8 of 13 is fine.
And it's the elk?
Yeah.
Woodland. Woody elk.
Did everybody go silent?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
What I had. Just looking for the token I had for Sarah. Screen
Oh, for
open.
the elk.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, there we go. Maybe that's near.
So there was nothing super spooky down here when I landed.
Nope, not immediately. Nothing to gasp at. Nothing's attacking you or anything like that.
Everything's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay.
All right, I'll hop down with her if that's allowed.
Yeah. Give me a coordination or an athletics check.
Oh God, you always ask for the bad stats. Oh wait, athletics is I'm a 3. Okay, I can do that. 2 and 0.
2 and 0. You take 2 points of damage as you fall.
Aw.
But you do successfully land on your feet. It just hurts with all that extra armor and stuff like that. You fell like a bag of bricks.
Oh. That's fair.
Just
You coming down?
I am. So I'm gonna get down there with him. See here.
Take a short drop with a sudden stop.
That sounds really unpleasant.
Oh, wait. That's a hanging.
5 success, 1 advantage.
Jesus. Yeah, you just leap down, taking no damage whatsoever.
It was very graceful.
You hear at the top, I don't know how to make elk noises, the noise, as it kind of like peers over the ledge.
Sorry, buddy.
You can have him jump down. He's just gonna have to do an athletics check or a coordination check.
You can do it.
Clip, clop.
Clip clop. I'm assuming.
So if he doesn't have a stat in it, so athletics would be off of brawl, and then with agility, it would just be a straight agility roll.
So, he has an athletics of 2. So he has 2 in athletics and then
It's a brawn-based stat.
brawn-based stat. Oh, he is much better than me at this. Okay. He got 3 success and an advantage.
Yeah, it's just enough for him not to take any damage as he hops down with you.
Oh, can you give me
Kind of shakes a little bit.
control of him whenever you get a chance?
Yep. Rolled by. Oh, let's see. There you go.
Thanks, bud.
Okay, you guys are down inside the cairn, looking about. As I mentioned before, it's speckled with like a purplish hued light from glints of stone, glints of rock that have embedded themselves about this chamber, and in it you see several. You see the bottom 3 basically. This is destroyed. This is destroyed. This here is destroyed. But there's 3 non-destroyed sarcophagi still in here. One here, one up here.
The one you said the middle one there was looked like it was in pristine condition.
Yeah.
Does it look like it landed and caused this all to fall in? You know, does it look newer or?
Go ahead and look it over a little bit more with an investigation check.
Okay. One success, 2 advantage.
Let's real quick. Oh, come on. Get out of the way, Discord.
Always causing
No.
trouble.
Okay. Looking it over, it looks like a sarcophagus. It doesn't look like, you look up at the ledge, it doesn't look like there's anything that there's no sliding marks like if it was a sarcophagus that fell through that was originally on the top.
Mm-hmm.
Judging by some of the rubble, in fact, you look down and you see that there's some breaks underneath of it. So how do I put it? Based off of how it crashed, if it were to crash land, it's not like it's conformed to the space, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like it's shaped like it would have indented here, so to speak. It looks more like there's like some small gaps underneath of it. You know, it's not like it fits like it made the crater, so to speak.
Okay.
So, any of you guys familiar with this kind of spooky magic? Because it looks to me like something fell into the sarcophagus, something spooky, and is making all the noise.
Seems unnatural. Probably have to cleanse it or something.
You guys could give me a knowledge nature or knowledge dark check as well.
I'll do a knowledge.
Anyone wants to scour
nature.
their brain.
I'll try to
I
think
do
if
not
I.
have any ranks in those.
Me either.
1 success, 2 success, 4 success.
Got
1
knowledge bonk.
advantage.
Knowledge bonk. Nice. The first thing that comes to your mind is that, a cataract must have struck here. Based off of the scorch marks and what you've seen kind of walking along, and like, there's been enough cataracts, which for you guys is basically small meteor strikes. There's been enough in recent years that you would have come across one before. Maybe not a fresh one by any means, but this looks like it probably got hit by a small meteorite or something along those lines, right? Something that fell from the sky. For everyone in the group, so you know, this is called this period in time is the Age of Deluge. It's actually year 127 in the Age of Deluge, which is basically there's been a lot of cataracts, which are meteor storms over this age, and people have always thought of them as potential mythical figures falling from sky from a calamitous fight. There's a lot of thought in this area of the world that they are fallen heroes, etc. But for the brass tacks of it is that meteors fall from the sky. Or something, a celestial body.
I'm gonna try to speak primordial into the darkness to see if anything spooky is in there. Hey, who goes there?
Sure, yeah. You speak bacon, dunala, and you are met with the same whispers and wails from before. Not in response, just seemingly unaffected by your call.
That eliminates one language.
Okay. Have I ever heard of like spirits being unsettled, like graves being disturbed and then spirits being unsettled? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
You'd have to give me a knowledge dark check for that, because that's not necessarily something in your wheelhouse.
yeah. 2 success, 2 advantage.
There's definitely lore about, like the boogeymen and, disturbing graves. In fact, that's something that's considered like hallowed, right? It's cairns and stuff like that. So you would be familiar with that being like a concept, but you don't have much on like the mechanics of what's it mean. It's just like general background spookiness and like rabbit's foot shit, right? Like don't desecrate hallowed ground. It's kind of like right in there with the laws of chivalry, right? Respect the dead is a big thing. But as to why the spirits would be frustrated or something like that, you're not necessarily sure what specifics there would be for that.
So do you think it's like the spirits are like upset because this is kind of like, it's like dirty in here? Like, do we need to like clean it up? Do you think that's it?
Maybe. Sarcophagi have been desecrated physically, I guess.
I just
Nothing's
like
come
start
up to
like
bite us.
kind of like shuffling like dirt back and forth, like I don't know. Didn't bring like a broom.
So are the sarcophagi annihilated, or the covers broken? What level of destruction
Yeah.
are we talking about?
Three of them that are destroyed that you can see. This one here is absolutely pretty much just rubble, and amongst the rubble you can see bones. In fact, between this one over here, and this one over here, down where you're standing. Okay. With the one that you're standing on top of, literally right now, in the image, sifting around, you find that there are bones that appear to have been armored in some way, shape, or form. There's just twisted chunks with a skeletal remains underneath. But they're not just skeletal remains. They appear to have been wrapped in some way, shape, or form. Not wearing any. There's no. The only fabric that remains with this corpse, it appears to be in strips coiled around the corpse.
They're mummies.
We could try to reassemble their corpses if they've been scattered. We can't, obviously not a stonemason, it can't restore the sarcophagi, but do something to honor these soldiers and sacrifice that they made.
Good work.
Makes sense to me, anyway.
Let's go! I'm gonna start trying to gather up pieces.
Okay, as you guys start gathering up pieces, from the 3 different destroyed sarcophagus, whoever approaches the one on the top left, in fact, all of you hear from the one in the topmost corner. Faint scratching.
Uh-oh.
Oh, did whoever read those runes to us, did you tell us what it said? So it sounds like these warriors have been reawoken from that meteorite and believe that they are about to commit some act of service.
That's not good, usually.
No, I would concur. And now our next problem is how do we lay these dead to rest? Some fashion that wouldn't bring more angry spirits.
Do you think, like... I don't know. This is weird. Spooky.
I don't know any of this stuff. After stuff's dead, I usually stop dealing with it.
Yeah, they're
I'm really good at keeping stuff alive.
What do we know? What language would have been spoken in this land all those years ago?
Yeah. In fact, since you were able to read it, the language was an older version of Common.
Huh.
So it's like reading Old English. You know, it's a lot of e's and o's and stuff like that. So it reads very similar, but not for someone who, like, if you were just like a peasant from some farm, you would not have been able to read this. You would have been like, oh, what? It's hard to make out, but it's definitely just an ancestor to come.
Okay. I'm going to try this time in Common to call out to the spirits that they can be laid to rest. Rocks fell from the sky and disturbed their grave. If there's anything we can do to restore their graves such as it is to try to bring them some of the respect that they deserve for their sacrifice. Yada yada.
Okay. As you speak this, at first nothing seems to happen, but as you continue to speak, the whispering slowly subsides into an eerie silence, for neither owl nor cricket makes to fill the space. And then you hear the howling come back, but this time with a purpose, as it responds in kind, older common. Betrayer. You abandoned us.
I didn't.
I have not. This is the first time I've set foot in these lands, to my recollection.
Our wrath is infinite.
I
I
just
didn't.
backed up next to Ilya, kind of like hiding behind him a little bit.
You hear a bang, bang, and you see you hear a shuddering echo of this banging from the sarcophagus in the top, and you can see now there's a small crack, maybe about this big, in the corner of it, and seeing it, you can see a glowing eye look through as it's jamming something up against the top of the sarcophagus, trying to move it.
I'm gonna go bonk it.
It doesn't seem happy.
Oh, decide! Bonk.
You're gonna bonk the top of the stone sarcophagus?
I'm gonna bonk where the hole is and hopefully do some damage to the person under the hole.
Okay. Give me you run over and you can give me an athletics check as you try to smash the corner of this sarcophagus that's partially broken there.
2 and 2.
Okay. Smashing in, you hear it crack as part of the side of the sarcophagus starts to the hole starts to cause a split up towards the top.
I was hoping we could avoid doing this exact sort of thing.
They started it!
It's a little spooky.
Maybe, but try to be a little more diplomatic.
Okay.
Hey, spirits, we're here. We've come here to honor you and try to repay some of the debt that people of this land incurred when they did not come in years past to honor your sacrifice.
Yeah, you tried that, and then they got really mad.
As you guys are talking about that, there's like this rumbling of this like sarcophagus in the corner, and then it goes silent again as you guys are like having this argument, and then you hear, "You would free us."
Define free.
Free you from this tomb? Free you from
Free
your
us
bond to this earth?
from the shackles of this cairn. Bring
Okay.
us to Blackfell, so that way we may rest once too.
Well, could you re-say what the scroll said or whatever? Like what the
The
writing
door.
said? Yeah.
Said, "Here lie the heroes of Dreary Field, until they are needed once more. Rest well, and may Raji save us from Olrun's wrath."
What's Olrund?
So, Olrun is the god of judgment, and Raji is the god of lost causes and hopelessness.
So it sounded like somebody thought
Right.
we'd need these guys again. Like, you know, they were saved for later.
Wait, is Black Phillip? He is a divine being, right?
Yes, Black Phillip is the god of rebirth, pretty much. They basically till the old into the soil to make ready for the new.
So, do you want us to destroy these bodies, or to open up this cairn so your spirits can be released and then you might be reborn?
Are you asking this? To
Yes.
The spirit? You hear him. Destroy the vines. Burn the bones.
Oh, okay.
Burn the what? You whispered a little too quietly for me.
He says, destroy the binds and burn the bones.
Oh, okay.
Burn our bones.
Okay.
Fines.
Where the
So it
vines?
sounds like they want us to
cloth.
re-kill them. Is
The
that
cloth, I would think. That was binding their bodies, literally the strips of cloth. They want us to destroy those and then burn the bones.
Okay. Kids. I do not have fire.
I have this?
Just
Let
saying.
a woman take charge, Wretch.
So I just. Are you really sure about this? I'm kind of like I've got like the torch near the hole.
He.
Yeah, let's get down to business.
Do it. Do it.
He goes,
Do it.
release me.
That's a
Do it. Do it. Do it.
right. That's a yes,
Hey,
right.
remember that we're
Okay.
in the hole too? And I'm allergic to fire.
Let's get that looked at.
I start trying to stuff the torch in the hole of the coffin or the sarcophagus.
After a few awkward moments, it's not gonna work.
Okay, that's not. It's really not quite as easy as I thought it would be. Let me see. Do we need to get like some kindling? You know, like get a
Yeah,
little.
I think we need to pile the bones together, get some kindling, and burn them, and find our way out of here in the process.
Yeah.
Okay. What about the ones still in the coffin that are kind of pissed off?
Hey, crack those open, I guess?
Let him out and ask him to step
Okay.
in the fire.
I mean, it feels like they're wrapped in kindling. Doesn't feel like we need kindling. It feels like we need a source. Wait, you had a source. You're just poking it. Okay, so open the coffins, burn them.
Yep.
Except for the ones that are already open. I
There
kind
are
of look around at all
three.
the broken ass ones.
Yeah, there are 3 unopened coffins. One in the center of the room, one on the top, where all of the noise has been coming from, and one on the far left.
I'm gonna work on gathering the bones from the other graves and then piling everything together. And try to do this quickly so I can back Wretch up.
Okay, so you're piling up all of the freestanding bones, so to speak.
Yes.
As you pull these together, one thing that you notice is that on the armor itself that these bodies were wearing, there appears to be script etchings.
Can I read them?
Give me a magic script check.
Oh, what?
That's gonna be a no.
So it'll just be your knowledge.
Just your
of whatever
basic
you're-
intelligence.
Oh, okay.
If you don't have anything in
Say.
script.
My
Which
magic is
Austin
stab.
is basically enchantment.
Enchantment?
Okay.
Enchantment!
I have 1.3.
No. You're not able to pick up on it, but one thing that you are able to notice based off of your background is from what you've gathered from the space is that these runes or the script is inert on the destroyed or busted up remnants of some of these bodies.
I'm gonna share this knowledge with my friends here and say that maybe the active magic is what is keeping their souls or bodies here, and we have to destroy the binding magic and burn the bones so they can be released. I don't know if that changes our mission, but it may simplify it in the sense that we don't have to try as hard to burn the bones.
Did say burn the bones, though, right? Well,
That's
maybe.
true.
But maybe the meteor was hot when it hit, right?
Possible. Not a meteor expert.
Yeah, but if the meteor was like hot when it hit, wouldn't it have already burned them all, and then we wouldn't need to burn them? I'm confused.
My expertise is not in physics.
I wouldn't worry
More
about
stabbing.
Hey.
Okay, so you guys are burning the remnants of the broken sarcophagi, correct?
Yeah, like I was getting
Yeah.
some regular kindling going, getting a little fire ready in the middle,
Okay.
like a base to
Yeah.
start from, you know.
Give me a survival check because there's not much in this space. There is a little bit that would have broken off from other shit over the years.
To advantage.
You're gonna have to make do with a lot of the dry linen wrappings that is already part of their
I got 3
bodies.
success.
Okay. You're able to find a few sticks that you're able to break up that have had shelter from the water from being within this space. And that's enough that with your survival tools, especially with, I think Emery has a survival kit,
We do.
you're going to be fine. You're kind of like eyeing the space around, and like you look over at your familiar, and the familiar is like, don't even think about it.
Right in there. Break up an antler. Yeah.
That's right. Your familiar is a bunch of wooden objects, right?
Yeah. It's a bunch of like wood and twine and vines and
As you
That's a little awkward.
As you light the pile of remnants on fire, the linens seem to have taken the lighting almost as if they had accelerant on them. And as it burns, you see the script on the scraps of metal that are just basically left over, faintly illuminate over the metal, but they seem to burn away and dance in the lights as the bones are consumed with the rest of the fire. Pretty quickly, given the fact that they are bones, it must be that these have been also exposed to some sort of accelerant. But the whispers do not seem to subside. Actually, the whispers do subside a little bit, but not entirely.
Okay, so we have to take care of all of the bodies in here. Now that that fire started, I'm going to go help Wretch with busting open some sarcophagi.
Okay, there are 3 sarcophagi in this space that are left unopened. The one on the far left is partially broken, as it has a rock sitting on the top of it, but it is not opened or anything like that. The one on the top top is intact other than the crack that you've seen before, and then there's the one in the center. Which one do you guys approach?
Let's start with the partially broken one, I think. Make things easier.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds right.
With the big rock sitting on the top that's broken part of it, you're able to get a piece of the slab off together. Actually, give me an athletics check, each of you.
Oof. 0-3.
See here. Uh, 1.4.
Okay, between the two of you, you're able to muscle it up and off. And you're taking your time, so it takes a little bit, but you muscle off the lid of the sarcophagus it's still intact, and as it slumps onto the ground, seeing inside, you see a busted up body that's been mostly broken by the impact of the stone that had fallen from up top. You do see it's a relatively intact corpse. You see that the chest plate's been sundered, and with that the script that has been written on it. But with the body, you find two obsidian edged longswords. And amongst this body and some of the other stuff that you found laying around, you find 3 obsidian daggers.
I have any need for that. I'm going to start trucking the pieces of corpse into the fire.
Okay.
Tosses the weapons over the head. You're like, meh. It's fair.
Did you say you're tossing the weapons?
No, the corpse pieces.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep. So you toss the bodies into you toss the body into the fire, and it continues to light up with the rest of them.
Set. We're doing it right? Oh,
I think so. Yeah.
wise, strong soldiers.
You hear.
I guess it's been a little while since he's talked with other people. His manners are a little rusty, but it's understandable, right? You know, it's been a long time. I think. Which one so we haven't touched the one that wants to get out?
Correct. There's the one on the top that you've seen his eye through the crack, and then there's the relatively pristine one in the center that hasn't been touched.
Okay. So he's antsy. Do you want to do him next?
Yeah, let's take a crack at it. It's like, hey, buddy, in there. I'm gonna release you from the shackles so that you may be reborn again. So, please don't try to stab us.
I'm going to prepare my big cinder block to drop it into the casket.
Okay, so Ilya is opening the sarcophagus himself alone, correct?
Yes.
Okay. How would you go about this?
So, is there like a lip to the lid? So I have to lift it up and move it?
Not a big enough lip for you to get your fingers underneath.
But I mean, like, could I just, like, yank it off? And the trouble is that it's so heavy? Or is it that I have to lift it up a little bit and then pull?
What you would see from the top is you'd see a seam. Following the crack up, you can see that it does not sit inside of it. You can push it. If you can get enough like traction underneath your feet and whatnot, you don't have to worry about lifting it up.
Okay. So I'm going to put my... This might be dangerous. put my feet on the body of the sarcophagus and my hands on the side of the cover, and basically just give it the old college try and push as hard as I can with my legs.
Okay, so hands on the top, feet where?
It's like trying to push off of it. Like,
Yeah, trying to push off of it while I'm holding onto the cover.
Oh,
Do it
okay,
in
gotcha.
I think in that case it'll end up on top of me. I think what. Whew, okay, almost. Yeah, I think I'm gonna set my upper back against the outside edge of the cover, and then kind of squat it away.
Okay, so you're gonna try to push up off the ground, kind of like with your back against the lip.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and give me an athletics check here.
Three success, one advantage.
Okay. You kind of push, like, you kind of brace on the back while you're going to get into the squat position. Otherwise, it's really hard to, like, get just a ledge. And you can kind of feel the corner just kind of pressing up against your back. And it starts digging in as you push. And it moves about an inch before... it moves about 3 inches before your back is now pressing mostly against the bottom and not against the lip, because your butt is pushing up against the bottom of the sarcophagus and not the lip. So you have to reposition yourself. But as you turn around to reposition yourself to push along, you see down below 2 eyes staring straight back out up at you.
I'm gonna just shout down there as like, give us a minute, sit tight. We will be releasing you from this mortal coil, allowing you to pass on into the afterlife.
do
Please
not remove your
do be patient and
seatbelt. Do
docile.
not get up from your seat.
If you go to give it another push, you put your 2 hands on there, and you go to push, and you see 2 other arms come up and grab a hold of the lip and pull as you're pushing it. And you guys get really awkwardly close to each other. As he's kind of like pulling out as you're pushing like over his shoulder on it. Until there's about a 2-foot space. At which point he slowly stands. And at this point, Wretch is holding his rock like here, which is about waist high. This guy in the sarcophagus. And as it slowly rises, he's got like a classic centurion helm on. And as he rises, you can see arcane scripts all over his breastplate and down over his gauntlets. And on his belt, you see a hilted sword of looks like it has some sort of pretty menacing looking crossguard on it as he slowly rises, and then his head comes up and he makes eye contact with Wretch.
Hello.
Oh, and it's also got a cape. It just does.
So, hey there. So to bring you the peace that you deserve, we're going to need to interrupt that arcane magic on you. Excuse me.
Does he do anything violent?
No, he doesn't. He just looks at you and like.
All
He's
right.
got his missing
Then
his
I'll
lips.
put
He
the rock away. Cautiously.
He slowly, 1 foot out of he takes 1 foot up and out of the sarcophagus, and then the other looks over at all of you, one at a time.
I'm gonna back up.
Been keeping it nice and toasty for you? Oh, like I'm sitting there tending the fire as they've been pushing.
He
Gesture towards the fire.
he slowly looks over and walks towards it. Looks down with his scabby, fleshless face.
What a nice man. Can I push him?
You can.
Push.
He,
Okay. I'm gonna slowly walk up and like offer to push. Like not sneaky, but like do you need a push, buddy?
he hands you a book. A small, leather-bound booklet, maybe about this big.
I open it.
As you open it, he turns away from you and steps into the fire. And it slowly starts to wick up his cape as he, begins to kneel in it. You know, he does the double knee fall thing into it, and the fire starts to creep over him.
Does he give us a thumbs up as he slowly burns?
Dun, 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 dun.
Is he wearing sunglasses?
He looks in your guys' general direction, and out loud, you hear, history repeat itself.
That's very vague. Is there more to that, or?
As the fire licks up and underneath his breastplate and up his face, and the Centurion mohawk catches on flame, and he just... And he, does the sitting on his heels thing.
It took all that time, and then just the vague little thing at the end with the "don't let history repeat itself." It's so, I don't know. Not
Dramatic.
helpful.
Chef's kiss. That sort of thing.
Very, very dramatic.
Maybe check his book. See if there's any William Blake poetry I have to worry about.
In your hands, Wretch, do you speak Primordial in common?
I speak primitive in common.
I speak primordial.
Okay. So in your hands, you see, as Ilya looks over your shoulder, it says, you basically find that this is the journal or the diary of Solomon Kaistro.
He kept a diary. What a nerd.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It is written in blood.
Oh goodness.
Yes.
That's just unsanitary.
Do you think that was him, Solomon Kaistro? That's not like a name we know, is it? Is it like a?
No.
Oh yes, that's the king. You know.
Nope,
Okay.
nothing like that.
Do I have knowledge of bloodborne pathogen safety training?
Not a class these days.
It actually isn't required for Adventurer 101.
Right? And if it was, you would know that you can't catch it from how old this blood is. Unless
So
it's
wise.
magical blood!
Okay.
That's what all
that
this
was
magic
good.
was for, was to keep the HPV going.
Yeah. It's a good year for HPV.
Love the year. What is this? 303 age of flagellants?
Delightful, nutty, fruity notes.
Mm.
Yeah, let's hit up that last sarcophagus. That went better than I expected.
And then we'll
That-
have a
yeah, that
nice
went a lot better.
little story for bedtime. We can all.
Yeah.
I can read it aloud if you guys want. For later.
I speak primordial as well.
You can read it if you want. You can read it to all of us. I love a story.
love stories.
Actually, why don't you read it while Wretch and I go do some stone lifting?
All right. I start reading it out loud as they're trying to lift stones by my fire, and in the fire. Reading
Okay.
the book.
So, as you guys go to grab at this other one, are you guys both like grabbing a hold of the lid to like push it or pull it or whatever?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. As you grab a hold of it, you go to lift, and weirdly enough, it starts to hinge. And it hinges, and as it does, it seems to spring up at you and close down. As
Is it a mimic?
as
Esophagus?
as Emery notices two legs sprout up underneath it, as if it had crouched down over its own legs, and it had sprung up and it latched down on top of you guys. I need both of you to give me your melee defense check without the defense bonuses of your agility or your weapon, your sword, if you have defensive stats.
So I'm a little confused. Like the legs are now vertical.
So it basically had like you were ever doing that thing where you take your sweatshirt or your shirt and you put it over your knees as you like crouch down on your butt.
Oh yeah.
Basically, it had its legs hidden underneath the border of the sarcophagus. So as he opened it up, it shot up and like clamped down on you guys. And now Emery can see from behind that it had feet underneath that were hidden away.
We're talking the sarcophagus.
The sarcophagus.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like
I
the
rolled
square.
2 success.
It is a mimic,
Yeah,
and it is biting both of you.
great.
2 threat.
Wait, did I roll the wrong thing?
You roll the purple dice, sir. Two
Oh,
purple.
okay.
Sorry, one purple die, I believe.
My base is 2.
What?
Oh, your base melee defense is 2, so you get 1 purple die and then 2 black dice.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh, goodness. 2 failure.
Okay. So, and what did you get, Austin?
2 threat.
2 threat. Okay. So as you guys, as it goes to bite down, it knocks Ilya over, but it manages to find purchase on Wretch as it bites down, doing 9 soakable damage. And we're gonna roll for initiative.
Okay.
On the 5th day of the 3rd day. Oh my god!
Pretty much. And then your summon just goes before her.
Sounds good.
So you can roll cool or you can roll vigilant summons.
Yeah.
Wait, I can roll vigilance or what?
Cool.
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 That's cool.
Okay, that's just kind of how this is going. 0-7.
Wow, buddy.
Well, I got 2 or 2, so...
But I just added turns to the tracker for you guys. Why did that not? Oh, there. No, just.
Oh, goodness. 0.3.
Wow, guys, that would be shocking. Okay, I got 3 success. So
Wow.
I stuffed the book in my really quick.
What did you say you got?
Me, 3
Yes.
success.
Okay. Let me trash this. Okay. Okay. So right out the gates, the mimic is going to go. And should see, I think that's it for you guys. That's my mimic.
Oh yeah,
That's
nice.
what I got. It's
Happy.
not obviously a sarcophagus with arms and legs by appearance, but it's what I got.
It looks
Still pretty cool. So it bites down on Wretch and kind of gives him a good shake, and then is going to reach out with these. It looks like stony arms, but what you notice is that the stone color and texture of this is actually more of like a modified birch wood. And it's going to swing its arms at you, Ilya. So you do get your agility bonuses, but you don't have your shield and your sword out because you were kind of trying to muscle stuff around.
Oh, goodness. So, that's still 2? Confused.
Yeah, if your agility's 4, you get 2 black dice from that, and then you get your 1 purple die that everyone has for a base defense.
Okay. 2, 1. Oh, 2 disadvantage.
2 disadvantage. Okay, so you get 1 threat that you get to spend, but he hammers you for 9 damage.
Okay, hold on. Were we healed since our last encounter?
You guys healed a little bit, but you didn't heal over like this night specifically.
Ah, okay.
So you guys had a couple of long rests and would have healed 1 damage each night that you ate, and you would have had 1 short rest heal from Wretch.
Okay. So how many nights was that? I'm just trying to make sure because I have 3 wounds and I don't know if that's right.
That's probably right if you have 3 wounds total, because you healed probably for 3 nights, I think, and then you had whatever he rolled before.
Okay. Goodness me. And that's not soakable?
This is all soakable here. Yep. So 9 soakable damage.
Yeah, I am
Okay.
also pretty messed up, Dustin. You're not alone.
Oh,
But that's why we
Okay.
brought you.
yeah. First chance I get, I am harming that.
Emery, it's over to you.
Okay, so my deer is actually gonna or my elk is gonna respond first, and it's gonna run up here and try to do a nice little attack-see.
Okay, and I believe he has the charge trait.
So yeah.
So if you successfully hit, you get added damage equal to the number of spaces that he moves.
Okay.
Just so
sorry, this is my first time looking at him in combat before, so I think S5 is that his speed.
yes.
So he kind of backs off onto one, and then he moves back forward.
Okay.
So
5.
okay, yeah, he's got a speed of 5. So he kind of backs off and then he charges it with his antlers.
Alrighty.
Which is a brawl attack. It's got a bone 3 and a brawl 1. Okay. 1 success, 4 advantage.
1 failure, 2 threat.
Okay.
All right. So as it charges forward, the mimic drops its prey and reaches over and grabs out with its hands and grabs the antlers as it's coming charging in, and now it's kind of thrashing around with it. You do have 2 advantage, I believe, to spend.
Yeah, I don't know how to spend that. Where's the 2 advantage?
2 advantage on a failed check, so it's the same as 1 advantage. You can give someone else a boost,
Sure.
recover a strain, make them suffer.
I'll give Isla an opening. Ilya, sorry, an opening. Give him a boost on his next check.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, and then I'm not very strong to be able to help you guys break free of this. Can I stand on this spot, or is that
That's a
what
pillar.
pillar is?
That's where a pillar is.
Okay.
But you can feed your way in between doing a diagonal here to get around it, if need be.
Okay, yeah, I'll, like, go around like that.
Jesus, how fast are you?
I moved 2 and 2.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yep. I thought you were saying for, like, one maneuver.
Nope, I just moved
Okay.
on that side of him. So, and my weapon's out, and I got my spear out. That's my thing.
Okay, so 3 maneuvers, 2 to move, and 1 to pull your spear out.
Oh, then no. Then I will just move there and be done.
Okay, and then it's over to Wretch, who... I don't think any of you guys had your weapons out if you're helping trying to open this thing up.
I definitely didn't. How do I wiggle out of this?
It's not you're just engaged with it at this point. It's all flavor text so far.
Oh, okay. Can I heal myself?
Sure.
Yay! I was curious, does lay hands work on me?
Yes.
Because it doesn't say.
What's it
Engaged
say?
conscious target.
You are a conscious target, and you are at engaged range.
Okay. Average check, heal wounds 2x success, strain equals A. Does that mean I can heal strain? That's kind of neat. Okay. Combat only, maybe used, yeah. So I need to do that. It's an average check.
Okay.
After casting a heal spell, could change 2x ranks of success to
Oh, I'm just going to story point. To up the
Okay.
difficulty of the check.
That seems
Yes,
nice of you.
fine.
Thank you for doing that.
So you get a story point back.
Uh-huh. You're a bad man. Alright. My holy icon says heal +2. So does that mean I get 2 success, or...
I think it's just +2 to a successful heal check. If I'm not mistaken.
Okay. So then this isn't one of them.
This is a healing check, so you'd get +2, but not +2 success. It's just +2 healing. It'd be like getting plus
Okay.
damage, but not plus successes.
After converting 2 advantage to success with my talent, I have 6 and 0.
Jesus, 2 and 1. So you take 1 extra strain from doing the check, so 3 total strain.
Okay.
You heal whatever your 4 success gets you.
Okay. So
That
it looks like I
means-
healed 6. And then...
Wait, doesn't
yeah.
your ability give you 2 times the amount of success?
Oh.
So you heal 10.
Yeah, you're right.
So you heal 10.
I do heal 10.
Jesus.
Alright. I'm down to
Nice.
1 damage.
And
And then with my maneuver, I pull out my bonking stick.
That's why you guys don't heal everything every long rests. Ironically, over a short rest in combat, your healer does a crap load.
Yeah.
That was my
Alright.
turn. I
Bonk
healed
stick
myself and I pulled
at
out my
the
weapon.
ready. Ilya, over to you, buddy.
I'm gonna take out my sword and shield, and I'm gonna hit this mimic as hard as I can.
Alrighty. Go on, do your worst.
I aim to. Okay.
1 and 1 for here.
What do I roll?
So take what's your brawn and your melee light? That's what you got to look at.
Okay, my brawn is 2, and my melee light I have 2 ranks in, so
So-
I'll be 4.
2 yellow dice.
Okay.
And then if your weapon has any abilities on it that give you... if it has accurate, that would give you a boost die, but I don't think it does. It might have some...
Nope.
Check to see if it has.
I don't think so.
2 success, 1 advantage.
Okay, 1 and 1, so you do hit it. So 1 success, plus the weapon damage plus your brawn.
Okay, so +4 on the damage. So it'll be 5 damage?
5?
Yeah.
Yeah, that tracks. Okay, yeah, you slash into it, but its woody hide seems to have stopped most of the momentum of your blade. However, you do manage to find some purchase cutting into it.
Oh, woody hide. Hey guys, we have a fire and there's a wooden mimic.
Yeah.
I'm thinking stone, but he's wood. He can burn.
In fact, me throws.
I was gonna say, where is that fire?
Where is your fire?
I mean, I was thinking it was like in the center, but I guess you could say it's like there then? I don't know.
Nope. Tokens, objects, and tokens.
Oh.
Hey, where did you say it was?
Well, I was thinking it was in the center, but now there's like every space I would have put it is taken, so that's fine.
Spend it, if you want to spend a story point, you can have it anywhere you want.
You know what? Sure. Why don't I put it next to me, right here?
Oh yeah, there you go. Okay. So then after you, it's back to the mimic. The mimic, is going to spring around and lash at the Dur. And,
Elk, actually.
it gets 1 extra black die because he went into defensive stance last go. The mimic.
Mimic did?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. No failure, 3 threat.
3 threat? Okay, so you have 1 threat to spend, but he does snatch down onto it, and he's going to bite into it for 8 damage and ensnare. He's got it tangled with him, and that is actually ensnare.
Oh.
So he's grappling with that, and it's back to you.
Okay. I guess my elk's gonna try to break free.
Okay. It's a maneuver, athletics check.
Okay. Ooh, 5 success.
Jesus, yeah, you break free.
Perfect. And then
The rashes out, and a piece of the jaw seems to like rip out of the top of the sarcophagi component.
okay, and then I'm gonna try to smash into him again here.
Okay, are you gonna try to back up and or like
No,
round
he
around
had
and
to
come back, or no?
move to break free.
But he can take strain to get an extra maneuver, just so you know.
Okay, he doesn't have a strain pool, so it'd be damage. So no.
Okie doke.
He's not gonna hurt himself to do that.
Okie doke. One failure.
Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to understand a few things, but I think it's 4 success.
Damn. All right.
So I get 3. You said
Yeah, 1 failure.
okay, so 3. So it has a damage of 5, so its base damage is 5, and then plus the
Uncancelled success.
cancel success, so that's 8.
8. Yes,
And
ma'am.
it says vicious 3.
That's for crits.
Okay.
Vicious is adding 30 to the if you do a crit.
Okay.
Damn. Yeah. So it pierces its antlers right up into its like chest area, and there's definitely some squelching as there's some softer bits behind its woody exterior. And then over to you.
Okay, I'm gonna try to set it on fire with the fire that's there.
Are you gonna try to grapple it and pull it into the fire, or are you gonna try to take some fire out like a torch?
I'm gonna try to torch to it because I'm a weakling.
Okay.
That would be easier.
Give me a melee light or a brawl check as you swing a branch that's set on fire.
Melee light or brawl. Okay, yeah. That's still bad. 4 success!
Nice.
That's literally the best I could have rolled.
Nice. 4 success. Okay, so I rolled 2 failure. So it would be a +1 damage. So 1 damage plus your brawn plus your 2 uncancelled success.
Sorry, what did you roll for failure?
2 failure.
Okay, so 2 more.
So what's your
2 success?
2 success, one for the weapon damage, and then your brawn is 2.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
and
that's
we'll
5.
we'll consider this thing weak to the damage type. So it is Soak of 4, so that's 2 extra damage on it. Do you have any advantage?
Nope.
Okay, so it does not set fire.
Nope.
Okay, so you clobbered it with your torch, and it reels as part of it seems to cinder and smoke. Wretch, what do you do?
I'm gonna look over to Ilya, who seems pretty messed up, and lay hands.
Lay hands. Lay hands.
All right, more.
I'm going to spend
strain.
story points to upgrade
What?
the difficulty of this again.
What a
Okay,
jerk.
I have 2 story points. Hooray! Oh. Okay, 3-0 after using faith healing.
2-0.
So 1 success, meaning you heal 4, good sir.
Thank you.
Hot
I
damn.
did need that.
I'm sorry it's not as spectacular as you're expecting from me.
Did you say heal 3 or heal 4?
4.
Okay. Thank you. That halves my wounds.
And then I am gonna step back from the crazy flaming monster.
Okay. Ilya, back to you, sir.
I'm going to give him I'm just going to give him a really good hard bonk. You know,
Okay.
stab the shit out of him.
Very nice.
Let's see here. 2 success, 1 advantage.
You do manage to get purchase on it. Just so you remember, you have a story point and you have that breach ability. If you do breach, it'll ignore its soak entirely.
Okay, I'm gonna use that breach.
Okay, so you spend your story point, and how would you like to do this?
Nice.
How would I like to explode it?
Yes.
So, kind of like I hit it so hard in the mouth that it peels like a banana. Except the jaws kind of fall apart and melt and slide down its body.
Nice. As this thing collapses down, it falls back over into the fire, and it squeals as it does. You guys notice that the cries and wails of this tomb have been silent for a bit. It is now definitely quiet after the death of the mimic. Which, by the way, is not like a thing that you guys are like super versed in what a mimic is. This is like, holy hell, what the hell is this?
I've never seen that before.
I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going, but I know I must kill.
Fair assessment, my fine friend.
I've never encountered anything of the sort. And metagaming, I should have checked for it, but I didn't think of it at all. So
Yeah.
it's how the mimics get you.
Trixie. I start just piling it into the fire that
Yeah.
I'm
So-
like, it's quiet. Was there other? Does that mean we're done? Or
I
were
think
there
so.
other mummies then? Or
We burned all the remains. It's silent.
There's still a twinkling of light given off by the debris of geode in the space, but audially speaking, everything is calmed.
did we? But are there like sarcophagi left that we didn't?
No.
Okay, I just wanted to double check.
We should pick up some of those geodes. I don't know if anybody has knowledge of radiation, but might be neat.
Yeah.
I'm okay without. I already have my big rock, and it was given to me by a friend.
They're probably worth something, right?
Yeah,
I kind of
Maybe.
like, how big are they?
Various sizes, mostly studded into the concrete of the space. But you can get, if you give me a survival check, see what you can scrounge up.
I mean, I'll try for it. You can try.
I'll give it a crack.
Survival.
I got 1 success, 1 advantage.
3 success, 2 advantage.
Okay. Using your survival kit, you have some picks and stuff like that, and you're able to wrestle out 2 rarity 9 supplies.
Okay.
Damn.
So it's just a small couple of stones that seem to be ever glowing, at least right now.
That's neat.
Decent
Let's try to
berry.
find our way out of here.
You guys don't want to stay here for the night? I mean, it's quieted down. We could be nice and cozy right on top of one of those sarcophagus. No?
Pass.
Looking about, the dome is still largely above you, so there's no like sheer surface straight to a ledge. The closest that you can get is the pillar chunk that is, which was a support, which is 5 foot off the ground, but still 10 foot from the top.
You can go to sleep, little buddy. You've done some good work. By the way,
Your your elk slowly dissipates. The ectoplasm of kind of like dripping off of it and evaporating until it's just sticks.
I gathered those back up and put them in my bag.
All right. Give me a survival check.
Sure. 1 success, 2 advantage.
Yeah, you got about 5 encumbrance worth of your sticks back, which I think is all of them.
I think so.
Actually, we'll call it 4 encumbrance worth because it did get damaged a little bit, if I'm not mistaken.
But it did.
So some of it's been ripped away, fortunately.
Yeah. Elk parts.
Elk parts. Nice.
Yeah, I'm sure he appreciated that.
Okay, you guys are still in the bottom of this place. Let me know what you guys do.
What do
I would like to climb out. get on our way to making a tree cry, apparently.
Okay.
Kind of hoping that was what the crying we heard here was, trees crying. I normally wouldn't hope for that, but
We're here
That
for
was in
business.
that was in fact not what that was.
How do you plan to get out of this script, Sir Wretch?
My first thought would be back the way we came.
You dropped down into here. It's a 10 to 15 foot drop, depending on where you landed.
I have this rope. Is there anything up there I could lasso it around?
You can fish around trying to throw your rope and lasso something up above.
Yeah, they do it in the books all the time. Let's carry on. It'll be fine. So I just start doing that,
Okay.
knowing that it's probably not very useful or helpful. But
I'm not sure if anyone amongst the party has like a grappling hook or anything like that.
grappling.
A grappling hook, yeah, also known as a grappling hook.
Well, if there's a pillar, we could. Have someone stand on it, and then Emery, if you could hold Wretch while I boost you up, he can try to get up there, I guess. Find something to anchor the rope to outside and then throw it down into the hole.
And there's no windows.
No windows.
I know, but we're,
Okay.
the support is trying. The support should bring us just close enough. Just close enough. I don't know how tall Emery is.
Taller than Reg.
What?
I'm 5 feet.
I am very short.
And then I have antlers. But,
Yeah, so I'll stand on the support. Emery will be on my shoulders and boost Wretch up so that he can climb up there and find something to anchor the rope on and then throw it down into the hole. Because I have 50 feet of rope.
So you guys are gonna try to do the human pyramid thing here? One on top of the other, on top of the other?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
Okay. Go ahead, and I'm going to need, so, person on the bottom, I need an athletics check. And then, person in the middle needs to do an athletics check and a coordination check.
shit.
And then the person on the top needs to do 2 coordination checks.
Oh, goody.
Guess who's gonna be the weak link?
Probably the top.
And hold on.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, I did good.
So,
All right, not bad.
when you get ranks, does that add a yellow die per rank?
It
It
upgrades.
replaces the green with the yellow.
Okay.
2 and 1 and 1 and 2.
Oh, nope. Sorry. I got a 2 advantage.
2 advantage.
This is gonna hurt.
So, I heard 2 and 1 and 1 and 2 from Austin, and then what did you get?
2 success and 2 success.
Okay. So, Ilya gets up just fine. He gets Emery up onto his shoulders just fine. Then Wretch is climbing up, and he's like, just, what? Move out of the... And he's like, got a face, and he starts grabbing up onto the antlers.
Those are sensitive.
As he's doing that, he's like, got a foot on Ilya's face, and is like struggling, and just due to the weight of him being on the side, it's Ilya's foot gets twisted, and he's really tall, so that's a lot of leverage up there right now. And you guys trip and all fall off, falling back down to the surface there.
Nice, Edgar.
Wretch takes 4 damage, and Emery takes 1 damage from the fall. One thing, can you give me your intelligence is 4,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
Can you give me a mechanics check?
Sure, buddy.
Thank you.
Wait, is there? This crypt is definitely sealed from the inside, or sealed.
Yes.
So we can't see any kind of entrance or stone to roll away.
The entrance was right here, and there was a stone in front of it that was rolled into position. It was on a slant slot that was rolled into place, and then there was a wedge shoved underneath the place that it rolled from. That was what had the inscription on it.
I see.
I got 4 success, 3 advantage on my.
So just so that you're familiar with it, because I know your person's astronomically intelligent. You could do rope trick like with your magic stuff too,
Rope trick.
because you know how to animate like inanimate organic objects into traps and stuff like that, and
Okay.
give them partial sentience.
Yeah, I'll try that now that the human pyramid didn't work very well. Just give me like 1 second here. If you could hold this, and I pass over the torch to whoever's closest to me. Okay. And I you see me just kind of like hold my rope and kind of like close my eyes and like talk to it a little bit. Like, okay, so what I need you to do is we gotta get out of here, okay? We can't die in this stupid little hole, okay? So I need you to go up there and find something to hold on to, okay? And then like the rope almost like you guys see it like almost start to like snake up in the air of its like own accord, and it just starts moving and like looking upward.
Okay, so I'm gonna need. This is gonna be 2 cantrips. It's one to put it up there, and it's another one for grab because it's two small spells, so to speak. So I'm gonna have you do 2 of your witchcraft casts.
Okay, I'll use one of my things to make my spell not cost stamina this time.
Okay.
For one of them. 3 plus. Okay, 1 and 4. That's my
4?
first test.
Okay.
And then another one.
Yep.
3 and 4.
3 and 4. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So you
Oops.
manage to get it up there, and you can almost kind of like, as you will into it, you're kind of like, I want to go up there, and so the thought of I want to go up there is being imprinted on it, so it wiggles up, and then you're like, I want to like hold. We have to hold, and as you're thinking this, you give the rope a tug, and it seems to support weight as you pull on it.
Okay. Rich, do you want to test this first? I think you're lightest. Or am I maybe lighter? You seem kind of stout, and that metal looks heavy.
Okay. I will test the thingy.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
No.
No.
Alright.
It is
Here we
way
go.
harder than it sounds.
3 and 1.
Nice.
Hey. Not
Yeah,
falling on my
you-
butt this time.
You wiggle your way up the rope and find yourself up on top. And it seems that the rope has found purchase on one of the pieces of stone nearby.
Seems okay.
Okay. Good. Good.
I'm gonna climb her up then.
Do you
Yeah, you're all the way up.
Do you want to go up next, or should I then?
I mean, I'm pretty strong. I think I'll take a crack at it and go up next.
All right.
Okay, so that's an athletics check again.
Yes, sir.
I got a triumph, a success, and 2 advantage.
All right. Next one up. Just little old Emery.
I'll try. I don't think I...
Well, I rolled nothing, so...
Me too. I rolled 3 advantage. Oh god, it's so much harder than I thought it would be. I get like 3 feet up, and then I'm like dangling there, and then I like slide down.
It looks like she's gonna need help from someone else to get her ass up and out of this space. She's really tired after, dealing with maintaining your summons this whole way. And
Yeah. I don't have a lot of upper body
Look at
strength.
Ilya, and I shrug and start grabbing the top of the rope to pull.
You can try again with a boost.
I'm gonna assist if I can.
Yep, you can give her an extra boost.
2 boost.
Yep.
2 success. Both on my boost dice.
Nice.
And 3 advantage.
Nice. Okay, they managed to pull you out.
Yes, I just dangle there
Yay!
and try not to slip. And you guys pull me out.
Nice. You guys make your way back down to Jajan's encampment, and it's everyone seems to be there's a couple of Woolen who are cycling through watch, and they kind of the two that are awake give you guys an approving head nod. But I'm assuming you guys tired as you are gonna pass out.
Yep.
Sure.
Okay. So go ahead, and if you want to do any medical checks, you can do medical checks for your long rest here. And then everyone will recover 1 heart and then recover all stamina afterward as well. So you guys bed down.
This is a long rest.
This would be a long rest, which would allow you to do anything from a short rest.
Ooh.
So your one spell that you have for healing, you'd be able to do that once for each person. With the
the
skill,
lay hands.
not the lay hands. I think it's the other one.
Maybe used in place of a short rest medicine check as well. It looks like
Sorry, that one, whatever that one is. Yeah.
lay hands.
Still costing 2 strain each. So if you find yourself straining out, you wouldn't be able to do it for.
I will not. I am invincible. No, I
Nice.
have enough strain to do this. It's fine. Okay. Emery, do you even need healing?
Nope. I just need a nap.
You need a what?
Nap. Just need
Okay.
a little sleep.
Then I'll focus on the other guy.
Okay.
For Sir Ilya, I need 2 purple dice rolled against me.
Yep.
Oh, shucks. You got 2 disadvantage.
All right, perfect. I had 1 advantage, 3 success, so you heal 8.
Great, I'm better than ever.
So you take
And I heal
an
myself.
extra strain from that, buddy.
Yep. I still have plenty of love to give. I'm at 8 out of 15.
Nice.
All right, I need someone to roll 2 purples, and then
Got
I
it.
have 3 and 2 against that.
Get off of me, dog.
No.
Rub my belly, she says. I just want more belly rubs. Oh. And the squirrel.
I rolled double blanks on my bad dice, so I heal 8 as well, which takes me down to full health and a lot of strain.
All right.
But we're sleeping, so goodbye, strain.
Yeah, you guys all take a nippy nap.
I'm gonna take a quick little sleep.
Yeah, you guys wake up refreshed in the morning with your new comrade, Jajan, who's talking to Wallaby as you guys wake up. Sounds like congratulations are in order.
Miss Wallaby, everybody.
Everybody misses Sean Connery in the woods.
I was telling John last night, we had nothing to fear with you guys on the job.
I'm gonna start perusing that journal a little bit.
Box tried to eat me.
A box, you say?
Yeah,
Huh.
had legs, arms, big mouth.
I try to stay away from geometrical shapes when I'm in the woods.
It's a new one.
Hmm,
I haven't heard that before, but it makes sense.
good advice. Most boxes I've encountered haven't tried to eat me.
Touche.
It certainly is a rarity.
Yeah, you see, John speaks up. He goes, which is in a language that's really hard for you to understand, but comes clear for Emery. It's what we call memory in this area. The memory trees are prolific incarnation. Though most of the time they take on different guises. They attempt to lure in the predators with fruits of odoriferous meats.
Oh.
Hmm,
And then
interesting.
it gets a nice little meal with the carnivores.
Typically, yes.
Ingenious.
And a source of contention.
Oh?
It's not my place. Watandulas can speak of such things.
What would Tom do that?
My chieftain. We'll be bringing you to him now that you have proven you are friends of the Deerman tribe. Speaking of which, I believe everyone is accounted for and awake. We would head out and bring you to Watandulas.
I'm really trying to read this journal. I've gotten a few sentences in, and then another few sentences in. You know, it's fine.
Very well.
I can read it later. No, it's fine.
We'll break
It's fine.
fast.
No. We should get a move on. It's fine.
Hmm.
Very
Well,
well.
the ghost man said something about history repeating itself. We'll be interested to know what he meant. Wait, do you know who Solomon is?
I have no friends or family, no kin that I call Solomon.
Not even Solomon Zizha.
I once knew a
Heathrow.
Vigisa, but none of the names Solomon.
All right, we'll believe you this time that you don't know a Zizha.
Do you guys need a 5-minute break? Anything like that? It's 8:09.
We wrap
Maybe.
here soon, or
We'll
what's the...
play till 9.
Okay.
Okay. I guess we'll keep trucking.
Oh,
Unless you guys prefer not to play till 9. What is everyone feeling? Anyways.
If we could, if we're skipping the break, if we could end just a little bit earlier, I have to head back to my parents because I have some stuff for work tomorrow that is there. That's a 20-minute, half-hour drive for me.
Gotcha. Sure. I'm gonna go grab some real quick. I'll be right back. 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Okay.
that was
Never be heard.
Josh
again.
Sarah put Josh in the fridge.
Yep. That's what happens. Oh yeah. Look at. Can you hear him shuffling back in?
Hey,
yeah.
don't listen to me
Little
shuffle.
slippers.
Keep him toasty.
Ah.
Oh, not this again.
Uh-oh. Oh, you're fuzzy?
I hate when I get fuzzy. I didn't move!
Oh, man. Okay. You guys head out and travel through the forest. Bloop doop doop. How do I get you guys out of my way? Boop boop. Boop boop boop. Don't shoot the boop on me. Boop boop. I am poop. Okay. Get this out of the way. I need you. Notes. I need you. Other notes. As you guys truck on, it takes you the better part of a whole nother 24 hours to get to Watandulas camp. So if you have any more damage on you, you can heal 1 more damage as you camp out another night. As the forest gets thicker and thicker, and
I do like big.
the further you go, eventually you come across small areas that Jajan and Wallaby point out to you as telltale signs of carnation. This particular area of the woodlands. Specifically, some of the trees that have those like meat-scented flowers and fruits. And they steer you clear of any sort of hazards along the way. And eventually you come to a area of the woods that is getting to the point where there are trees the width of houses. They're getting gigantic, and it's getting harder and harder for light to penetrate this far down into the woods. And eventually you guys come to a large root that rises up that's wide enough to walk across, like 3 people abreast, and up into the tree line. And as you guys do, you are met with a community of Woolund who greet some of their friends, and they give hugs to each other and speak in their native tongue, which is hard to keep up on, but it's just greetings. And eventually going across one of the larger limbs here, still you guys can see like 40 feet below you is the ground. And it's pretty sparse up here, but it makes for a tactful place to make camp that has its own natural defenses. And eventually you come to a small bowl in one of the trees that has several figures around it, and one of which is speaking in a heavy, hearty manner with some of the others around it. And in the center, they have what appears to be leaves set out, and on top of the leaves are rocks that are sizzling. Almost as if they have a small fire on some hardy greens that would prefer. It's hard to say, like, how am I trying to put it? There seems to be some heat coming up off the rocks, and they seem to be pouring water onto the rocks. It's causing almost like a steam coming off of it. The leader that's been bringing along Jaja moves forward and gives a reverential bow towards a hefty figure with a barrel chest, who appears to be he's kind of got like the body hair of your like classic Russian, and his face is rather, he doesn't have like a big fancy beard or anything like that. It's more so like spotted hair that grows about the same length and patchiness of his body hair, but he has a very swine-esque face and thick neck, and just a big head with meaty hands. This character's very... I'd say he's probably pushing 400 pounds. He just seems all around big in that sense. And he's got ears that are just these large freaking mushrooms of ears. And they almost seem to almost bend at the top of them. Well, Shashan, what did you bring me today? He lumbers up away from his steam bath that seems to be coming up off of this with some of his friends. Welcome to our humble abode.
This, Chief, what, Sunland?
I'm Watandulas.
Wotan?
Pleasure to have your acquaintance. You?
Hi, I'm Emery.
Emery. Pleasure to have another fellow Woolund amongst us. Which tribe are you from? You don't look like a Flayan.
I'm not. I was from the Gnarlwood, the Nantanga tribe.
Well, oh my. Your cousins haven't come down to visit old Watandu last in a while.
Yeah.
They're always giving Ehrenstride in the West all of the companionship. Well, that's a crying shame. We might be a little bit lackluster in this kind of area, but that's more because of the bigotry towards the Lamorans than it is much to us. But it's a fine pleasure to have you, girl.
Thank you. These are my friends.
Friends of yours and friends of mine. I hear you guys did some favor up in the woods.
There was screaming dead people, and it wasn't great. It wasn't a super
Box
great
tried
time.
to eat us.
Yeah.
Only
Yeah,
thing
Box
worse
tried to
than
eat
the
us.
screams of the dead or the screams of the living, as I always say. We try to keep things peaceful around here. Seems to be a bit of a challenge lately.
So, out of game question, where are we right now? Like, where did they take us?
You guys are in what's called the Fringe Wood. Let me...
Okay, so we're not, like, where we were trying to get yet.
No. So, let's see here. I think you guys are... No, mistaken. I think you guys are about here. On the R of Carnation.
Okay. So we're trying to get to the Bracken Bastion still. We're just kind of like halfway there almost. Okay.
It's the late morning of the 16th. And if you guys head out, I think it's 3 more days to the Bracken Bastion. So each one of those squares is 2 days? I could be wrong. You might be up here on this half here. Yeah, that would be... Yeah, you're right on this line above Carnation.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Oh, sorry.
Well, Wallaby, I haven't seen you around quite a while. Gonna go getting sick of home. No, getting sick. I think it's getting that homesickness, are you? Oh, Watan, surely something like that. But unfortunately, it's not all pleasantries. We have business in Bracken Bastion that is of some manner of importance. Well,
Not a lot of yours around there. You check in advance, make sure that your friends are actually going to be at the Bracket Bastion. A lot of them are off chasing tail.
Ah, I was just looking for she. She doesn't tend to stray too far from her labs.
Well, as a matter of fact, I think she's probably you're probably right about that. But like I said, sullen times in this neck of the woods.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Wallaby just kind of like walks over and sits down and starts eating some of the food that's next to the steam baths.
I will join him if he's not getting in trouble because I am starving and poor always.
Always.
Please.
Always.
And Rotondalas uses his corpulent fingers to like put some food on a big leaf and begins to eat. He doesn't hand it out. He just starts stuffing his face somewhere.
He goes, the trout's really good this time of year. Most of them are getting to be on the later ends of their life. Meat's extra tender.
So what's going on in the woods these days that it's a little more chaos than usual, or?
Well, John, you might want to sit down on this one too. I actually sent Lashiath and Aaron off to go converse with the rest of the denizens of Carnation. Fact of the matter is, there's a bit of social upheaval. Not terribly involved too much with your fellow Ace Awaloon and Redeemed Wallaby, but
It was actually perfect. He's eating and coughing. But
it affects Laxandre and her brood, as well as the keepers of the Dryads. Fact of the matter is that the Scylan and the Flayan tribes not too keen and happy about how they've been running their stuff. They seem mighty interested in pressing their claim to this area. Might let them do it. Rid me of this problem.
You're following. Sorry. Kind of struggling to understand, too, the words you're saying. The Scylan tribes? Was that what you're saying?
mm-hmm. There's several different tribes. There's the Scylan tribe and the Flayan tribe. This is what he mentioned. Sylan and Flayun.
Okay.
He basically said that he sent two of his other lieutenants to convene with the Keepers of the Dryads and someone else that you don't know. So, I mean, you could ask questions. And he said pretty much that they are in a quarrel with the... Oh, did I get kicked out?
Looks like
Yep.
you're back.
You back?
How do I get back? Pop out. Okay. He basically said that the Keepers of the Dryads and this other person's faction, which, assuming that you ask who that was, it's the people from the Paratisium, the Queen of Paratisium, are at odds with these other two tribes, the Flayun and the Scylan. Which, if you want to give me a knowledge people check, actually, you'd be kind of familiar with this already. Those two tribes deal with the heartland of the woodlands, if you look at the map here, basically the fringe wood is the periphery, so it's the borders of the woodlands. That is controlled by the Deerman tribe, which Watandu Last is a representative of. Then you get into the heart of the woods, and there's a couple of tribes. There's the Northern tribe, which is basically anything north of the White Flow, is controlled by the Vivienne tribe. Anything south of the White Flow is controlled by the Sloan tribe.
Oh man, I have to zoom out way for any looking. Okay, gotcha.
And then lastly, there's another tribe, and this is because as you get deeper into the woods, you'll notice that the geography of the place is separated boreally. So it's the feeding grounds, the thicketlands, and the canopy. Depending on where you are up and down in the woodlands. The Flayn tribe controls all of the feeding grounds. So the dirt level of the entire woodlands. Everything else is just a matter of the thicketlands and the canopy. So there's a couple of factions involved, and the factions that are in the south have beef with the Dryads and the bug people, the Tekekman.
Okay.
So, being in the fringe woods still, which is the woods that are not quite the super woods, Watandu Last sent two of his lieutenants to go talk to the keepers of the Dryads and to the Queen of Paratisia.
Okay.
But we can continue the conversation.
So, kind of unrelated here, but have you heard of an elephant person with their tusks sawn off and capped in gold?
An elephant person. No, what's an elephant?
That answers my question. He's very large, his big flappy ears like this, and a gesture with my hands, and a long snout. It's like an arm unto itself. Skin will be gray, and he's about twice my height, probably.
Well, Scott's imagination, that's pretty impressive. I would have known about him if I had seen him. Yeah, I think that would have left a lasting impression.
I was hoping so. That's unfortunate.
Where you mentioned the Dryads, and I'm trying to look for some weeping willows, and folks thought the Dryads would know where I could find those. Are there any around, or are they were over at, was it the Paratisian where they were talking with people, or sorry? I'm trying.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, we do have a few Dryads around. Like I said, Lashiath is making her way off to the keepers of the Dryads. It is, currently backing them over. Convention on the 14th Twilid. But you might be able to garner the attention of them on your way to Bracken Bastion.
Just a quick question, really, you know.
Yeah. If you're looking for that, we can certainly point you in the right direction.
I'd appreciate it.
As a matter of fact, I think... Yeah, that should be relatively on your way. Tell you what. Before you leave, I'll fashion off a sketch of a little bit of the area. Make sure we get you in the right valley.
Okay, that would be much appreciated. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you ask around. Boolarao is one that usually can help you pretty well. Seems to know his way around a rock and a thistle.
Glad to hear that. Ooh, yeah.
Boolarao.
Boolarao. I love
Confident.
when I try to spell these names in my notes.
Right?
I'll botch it later based on my spelling.
I pretty much always worry that someone asks me how I spell these. So I like the names based off of phonetics, and then I'm like, oh man. Man, uh-oh. Oh! Shit, that reminds me, because you guys slept, I didn't do this, and I should have done it earlier.
Trying to read this book too.
Right? So the first night that you guys finally collapsed to take a rest, you felt as if a weighted blanket had been set upon you. Whether or not it was fatigue or what remains to be unknown. But I do need you guys each to give me either a cool or a discipline check.
So all of us, not
All of you.
all of us felt that. Okay.
Oh. Yeah. Whether you perceive that you felt it is a different thing entirely.
Aha.
You felt it.
Discipline is good.
2 success, 1 advantage.
1 triumph, 3 success.
2 and 5.
Yeah, the fatigue of the day really just drags you into a deep slumber for the night. Give me a check for the second night while you're on the trail.
2
Same exact stuff.
2 success, 2 advantage.
4 and 0.
3 success, 1 advantage.
Having recouped a little bit, you feel still a slight edginess as you get deeper and deeper into this unknown place. This place that civilization has abandoned.
Alright. Have I gotten to read any of the journal yet in these few nights?
Yeah, sure.
Sorry.
No problem.
I'm gonna forget next session and then be like, well, you really should have read that journal.
Do you spend any time trying to commune with your brother? Either?
I would at night, like every night I would be checking in with him,
Okay.
sharing some space
Let's see here. Just gonna scroll back
to
up.
chat.
Okay. What you find out is that Solomon was a warrior who helped protect the Dreary fields from an invasion of Yaogai, which are like evil blue boogeymen demons of fairy tales of a long ago. And Solomon is part of a group that heroically protected these guys and killed the great sorcerer monstrosities of the Yaogai. But in their victory was their downfall. For the people feared the Yaogai so much that they wanted to ensure their heroes would be able to come back someday if they needed them. And they embalmed these heroes and essentially trapped them into their own bodies and their armor, effectively possessing their armor. And then they sealed them in this tomb so they couldn't get out.
Sounds terrible.
And then a meteor hit it.
Yep.
I hope they're resting now.
Nice
We
to
fixed it.
Good job,
Did
guys.
So are they conscious?
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
That's a long time.
They were very nice for considering what they went through.
Being conscious for all eternity.
Solomon was not a
Box.
happy guy.
I bet.
So did it say who his people were?
Yeah. They were eunuchs.
Utics?
Correct.
Eunuchs or Eudics?
Utics. UTIC.
So they were from Utica, is what you're saying.
Correct. Which is the
world,
old
well, the-
name of the old world.
Oh,
this
burn
nation
Utica to the ground.
before it fell.
Okay. So they said don't let history repeat itself. So when we fight the boogeyman, we need to off ourselves right then and there?
Don't
There you go.
try to enslave people to eternal servitude. Check. That's
I can drive with that. My character drives with that.
Or don't let the Yao guy come back.
Well, I mean,
can't really
imprisoning people to a horrifying reality for potentially the rest of time. It's a wash.
So I just gotta make sure that we don't have any blue guys around here. What color are you again?
Hey now, I released them from their prison, and that is colorism.
That was some,
I think
that
that's
was
just
some
straight
serious colorism.
racism.
Yeah, like I'm blue because I'm full of love and joy and mirth.
And Babu
Blue
Deep.
like the sky.
Yeah, the deep winterlands really stoke that in Norms.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very icy.
you
Lightlessness.
start fire, and then he's not so cold.
We must start fire inside us, otherwise you die.
Is why we always dancing. If we stop, we freeze. You say joy and mirth sometimes is survival tactic.
Awesome.
It's making a lot of sense.
Beautiful. Alright, thanks for letting me read my book.
No problem. Okay. Watandu last mentions that you guys are welcome in his neck of the woods here in the Fringewood. But he does mention, the turmoil that's going on. It sounds like he said, they're on the verge of probably some sort of civil war. He's either going to so he continues to elaborate. He's calling for a convention between the Wooland of the Fringewood, also known as the Deerman tribe. And he's calling for the Keepers of the Dryads and Teketnu to show up. And that they, at that time, on the 14th Twilid, he will decide whether or not he will give this area to the other tribes to do with what they wish, or they will all bend the knee to Watandulas.
Oh. And there's no
Well, I don't want to get in the
onyx
middle of that.
involved in this? Are there any onyx here at all?
The onyx. I don't really do much with the onyx. That's really more of Teketnu's problem. They tend to live and base themselves out of the highlands. Us, the woodlands, don't see them much.
Okay. That's something at least. We've been having a bit of trouble with them, so I wasn't sure if they were part of this.
You know, that's a good point. We could probably go to Loxandre, and she would probably have something to say about the goings-on in Lamore.
Who?
The Queen of Paradigium.
Be some distance from our destination.
Isn't
Well, of course we'd go to Bracket Bastion first, but there's no point in not telling Loxandre about the demise of her emissary, Archek. That might be even be a bit of a reward. And, you know, we could curry favor with the Teketnu gang in Lamore as well.
Archek sounds familiar.
He was the friend of
He was
Emery
my
that
friend.
got ganked off screen.
Yeah, he was my little ant friend.
Pretty
Yep.
spectacular fashion, judging by the viscera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he was talking about telling Leanne and Shay that he failed. Not Loxandre. They're different
Correct.
people.
Leanne and Shay is different from Loxandre.
Okay.
He serves them both. Also, the Natari were the tribe in Lamore that the leader Vivigeni was like, tell our boss that we've been doing a good job over here, that we're gonna kick some ass on the Onyx, and maybe that'll curry us in a favor to be able to come back to Paradisium.
Good candy. Yeah. Okay.
The Wood Elves are gonna go fight other Wood Elves, and we're getting involved because making a tree cry involves getting the Wood Elves to like our socks.
I
Okay.
think so.
Well, you guys,
Alright.
you guys could go meet with the Keepers of the Dryads, who will have more information on the Weeping Willows.
Wretch is just smiling and nodding. He's like, "Yep, this all makes sense.
Lot of
I'm
politics.
desperately poor. I'm gonna die. These people are gonna pay me in leaves and tree sap. And that is not great."
Hey, you've been fed so. This guy gave you salmon.
That is good for a night. Give a man a salmon, you feed him for a night. Give a man some money instead of tree sap and leaves. You feed him for multiple nights.
If you have somewhere to spend the money.
I know where towns are. I'm an experienced rat traveler.
They're so far away now, though.
Okay, so you
Alright.
guys are about 3 days out from Bracken Bastion.
Yeah.
You guys can stop on the way to talk to the Keepers of the Dryads, who are in that general direction.
Yeah.
Or you can go to the Bracken Bastion first and then meet up over here. You do know that the summit that Watandulas is calling is on the same day that is the end date of you being due back, according to when you need to bring the tears to Lemoore.
Okay. I gotta find some crying trees before then.
Okay.
And bring it all the way back to Lemoore by then.
Which is still
And
about
still the
24
good
days
guys.
out, I believe. Wait, no, more than that. Let's see, 12 twillets and 15. Late. Okay, so yeah, it's 12 twillets. Sorry, it's 24 days out.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we can. I want to drop off by the Dryads on the way to the Bracken Bastion if everybody's alright with it.
Sure. I'm just looking for my element, man.
Somebody's got to see it at some point.
Yeah, it seems like a conspicuous character.
You might be able to ask more about some of the other circumstances that would have brought him here, and they could give you a little bit more direction.
Yeah, like the ship he was on.
Stuff like that might be helpful. There's also, as I mentioned, some of these other tribes that would have more experience. So, like, right now, what you know is Watandulas deals with the fringewood in the area of Carnation. The Flayun tribe does everything on the ground level, specifically related to water and stuff like that, and the Scyllin tribe controls everything south of the White Flow in the thicketlands and the canopy that's not the fringewood. So there's a lot of territory that you could potentially be interested in. Or, I mean, you don't even know if... it could be in the north, too. So, like, you might need to ask around for some of those other tribes in order to get some traction as well.
Sounds like a lot.
Sure.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
We got next steps.
You guys got next steps. Okay. I'm assuming you bed down here and head out again in the morning.
Makes sense to me.
And are you guys all in agreement on where to go next? Because as far as Wallaby knows, he's taking you to the Bracken Bastion.
That was going to be my vote.
Okay.
Okay, so
I thought that the place was on the way. Like the Dryads.
yeah, but like on the way is in like both south.
Yeah.
So you just need to. You mentioned that you would like to go to the Keepers of the Dryads before going to the Bracken Bastion, correct?
Yeah.
So you just need to vet that with your friends. That's all
Yeah,
I'm
if
saying.
everybody's alright
Yep.
with it.
Sounds good to me.
All right, but consider it a fate.
I mean, alright.
I mean, if we're starting to go on detours left and right, we'll never get where we need to go. But as Watandulas says, it's on the way, and it never hurts not to rub a few leaves with the local dryads, just to keep things on the up and up. With that, I'm gonna have you guys. So it's actually it's late morning, so you're good. You guys are gonna go to bed anytime soon. So we will pick up there at the start of our next session, which is 2 weeks from today. So everyone got that freed up on stuff on the calendar?
I can write it up there, yeah.
Work for me.
Standing drop there works for me. Kind of stuck with
Alright.
it.
hitting up the way to Bracken Bastion.
Anything else?
That's a good time to call it, I think. Well, thank you everyone who's on the stream for hanging out with us on this Call of the Hunt campaign. As I said, we'll be kicking this back on on the 22nd, by the sounds of it, 6 o'clock. If you have any questions for us in the meantime, feel free to throw that in the comments, and I can shoot you guys some stuff behind the scenes, as well as we'll have the between the scenes video coming out between now and then. Thank you for dealing with us on our little hiatus, and glad to have you guys all back. This is awesome. I'm so excited!
Woohoo!